This is SCP Radio Network, coming to you live from Skylab Studios. Up next is The Cave Show, with your host, Sam J.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Let me start off by saying good evening. Now, welcome to the Cave Show. I'm your host, Sam J. And like Jockey Mike and DJ Jimmy Ray has brought you the real shit. That's right, Sam J. and the Cave Show. Now, it was a couple of weeks ago when we last spent some time together, and I had a very interesting guest. I'm gonna keep Ivana. What's up, girl? Oh my. Well, it seems that we're still having the same old problem, as far as I'm concerned. So tonight, it's no different from any other night. And I'm here to, well, you know, just get it in, okay? Now I have another guest tonight, the Honorable Russell Atkins. That's right. Welcome to the Cave Show. Every Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Or should I say 8-ish? Oh, my. And I know you were having some issues out there tonight, and since we last spent some time together, COVID-19. Oh my. We got the racial thing going on. Black Lives Matter. Well, we're gonna talk about those things tonight. Okay? All right. Now I've tried to be nice with you. But I know that doesn't work a lot of times like Jockey. I try to be nice to them, and they take me for granted. So tonight, we're going to get it in, and we're going to talk about some things that are going to make a lot of you uncomfortable. You know me, I'm not here to tickle your fancy or to boost your ego or to boost your estrogen or whatever. I'm simply here to give you the truth, and that's it. And you can do with it as you will. All right. It's therapy time. That's what it is. SCP Radio. That's right. This is where we come together now, and we close the door to all the bullshit outside. Come right here in the cave, and we get our therapy on. And tonight is no different from any other night. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's Wednesday. Now, I've changed my time from, 8 to 8-ish. Because you know how black folks is. And I is black. Oh, my. Yes. It's therapy time, and just getting off the 9 to 5, the slavery train, and coming here to get my relaxation on with my boy like Jockey Mike. Every Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time, right here at SCP Radio. Oh, my. How's it going, like Jockey Mike?
Going good.
Pretty good, huh? Well, you see, last time we spent some time together, we talked about a few things. We talked about Black Lives Matter and why Sam J doesn't support Black Lives Matter. But Sam J knows Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? I know they feel me. I know a lot of you get real pissed off at Sam J because he's not saying the feel-good sentences that you like to hear. And I won't do that. No, I won't do that. And I will keep it real 100%. And I got a guest tonight. We'll talk to Russ. Cut that music for me, like I got my therapy, I got my mode in. I'm ready to go here. And wasn't here last week because, like most people, like Jockey Mike and the rest of us here at SCP Radio, we have a 9 to 5, and some of us are essential employees. So we have been in the front lines, as you say, since day one. And big ups to the essential employees. Ladies get you an essential man, and men get you an essential woman. We'll always have a job. We're going to always have a job where you have a essential partner. So, you know, I can almost sympathize with a lot of you who are going through some things, because believe it or not, we all go through some things now. But we have to be smart, and we have to be vigilant. And so when we're going through a COVID-19, the best thing to do is to separate, not to be in large gatherings, and especially enclosed places. You know, things like that. And that will stop the spread. You know, wearing the mask inside, especially if they want you to. When you're outside, I don't know why you're wearing the mask outside, but they'll do that too. I don't know why you're wearing a mask inside your car, but I guess they're scared of themselves, so they don't want to infect themselves. But me and my crew here at SCP Radio have gone through and have been going through the same things as you have, maybe even worse. Because as I told you before, we are essential employees. And we're on the front lines every day. Every day. So, with that said, and want to give big shout outs and big ups, all praises to the Most High, to everyone who's going through the COVID-19 or if it's affecting your family in any kind of way. Want to say big ups and big blessings to you from me to you. Back to the order of things. Oh boy. They thought Sam J was going to get a little wishy-washy, huh? Okay. Tonight I have a very special guest. We're going to bring him on after my first break here. Now, from now on, the show will be 8-ish because we're essential employees and times have changed. We're going to work with that. And we're going to still have our therapy because I do need my therapy, damn it. I do need it every week. And tonight is no different from any other night. Where we'll be talking and shooting and shit. And like I haven't did before, while we are communicating, you can call in. I don't know if do we have to say no to like Jockey Mike? 832? If you do, can you just put it up there? I don't want to. I've been so out of practice right now. So you can either call in or we can communicate through Facebook as we're streaming right here. Okay? Oh, my. Now, as your questions will go, I will be reading and watching this time. Last time I wasn't doing that because we were just breaking things in and trying to get back on track. So tonight now, I have a very special guest, the Honorable Mr. Russell Atkins. If you follow me on Facebook, you already know his makeup, who he is, and we're going to talk to him later in about 30 minutes. But first of all, let me hold on, excuse me. I gotta wet my whistle now, trying to get my things together here. Okay, Black Lives Matter. Now, I know Black Lives Matter, but I'm sick and tired of Black Lives Matter. Now, I know some of you don't understand. If you didn't watch the show last week, but let me refresh your memory. I have some I have a belief system. Okay, me, Sam J. Now I have a belief system, and I have a way of life in which I carry myself. Now, and what you see here on SCP Radio now, make no mistake about it, you are getting the real deal. For those who know me in person, and those who follow me, and those who have known me for years, know there is no different from me here on SCP Radio or me on the street. I have a system, and I have a belief system. Okay? So what I will accept is based on my belief system, you see. So what you might accept in your home, I may not accept in my home. Is that understood? Have I made myself clear like Jockey? I thought I'm being real clear here. Now, there's a lot of things that we have to understand. I don't categorize my friends because of their belief system. I categorize my so-called friends based on their character, you see. I have some atheist friends. I have a lot of atheist friends, and I love them. I pray for their wicked asses, but I love them. I have some white so-called friends, and we'll talk on the DM because a lot of you don't understand a lot of things where they're coming from and where I'm coming from, but it is what it is. Now, you want to throw these words around like racist. You know what's funny, like Jockey Mike, that these people will throw around words and use them out of context. Like, for instance, you call me a racist if I tell you I don't like white people. That's not being a racist, you dumbass. That's being prejudiced. If I was a racist, meaning I have the power to make laws against or for a specific group, now I'm racist. Now, if Donald Trump wanted to be racist now, he can make some laws against your black asses or your Mexican asses or whatever. Now, if he doesn't like me because I'm a black man, that's a prejudice. You know, I don't give a shit about you prejudiced people because most prejudiced people don't have enough money to be racist. Have I said something that are you upset now? See, I'm glad we're on this right now because let me just say this, and I'm going to say it one time, and I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Anytime you have a problem with Sam J's post, you can go ahead and address it on the post. I don't have a problem with that. I love to debate. Anytime you have a problem with Sam J on the show, please call in. The number's up. 832-910-7727. It's very easy. Or you can come by way of Skype. Now, for those of you who want to come in by way of Skype, if you're brave enough to come in by Skype, go ahead and go to Skype.com or whatever, how you do it, and search for SCP Radio, and friend us. We ain't scared. See? Now you see? Now the reason I'm telling you this, here we go. Now the reason that I'm telling you this is how you confront Sam J. Look, listen. If you want to debate, I will give you the floor. I will listen to you rant and rave, let you get it out for your chest, and I will debate or rebuttal, and we can learn something from this. Because it's organized on this damn show. It's my platform. Is that right, Like Jockey? Thank you. Is that right, DJ Jimmy Ray? Like Jockey Mike and DJ Jimmy Ray is here today. See? It's my platform. So if you want to debate, please, by all means, let me know, and I will bring you on by way of telephone or Skype. But what you will not do, let me go ahead and check that shit right now. What you will not do is DM me and want to debate. Now, have I said that before, Like Jockey Mike? I will not tolerate that. If you're going to DM me, now some of you will DM me and say, Sam J, where the fuck are you? Why haven't you had a show? And I understand that. And I have to answer you because you want to know where the show's at and you're a fan, and I will obey. Some people will DM me because, hey, man, what's going on, blah, 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 something about the show. But I do not debate on the DM. You know why? Because you are a pussy. See? You want to debate on the DM about a post that I put on Facebook, but you won't come on Facebook and debate, and you won't come on the show. I know you won't because I invited you 3 times. See, I'm talking to someone. See, I'm not going to say your name. I'm not going to give you the proper introduction of that. I'm just going to rant and rave about you and those who think like you. See, you're not going to come on my DM and debate. Because I don't debate. My DM is for my friends, my fans, and even my foes. Because some of my folks come on and say, hey, man, I'll debate you anytime. Well, the door's open, and you notice one thing? Have you noticed one thing? No one has came yet. I have guests. I haven't had anyone to debate anything that I've said so far. And I've said some shit. Okay? Said some shit from day one. This is a man show. Okay? It's the Cave Show. Every Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time, right here at SCP Radio, is where you can find me. It's a man show. Now, ladies, you're more than welcome to look, listen, and learn, but shh. They don't want to talk that shit. They don't want to talk that shit. But shh. This is the Cave. So tonight is no different from any other night now. I have a very special guest tonight. And first of all, since we're all here together, let me, big shout outs to Makiba Varner, who was here last time, and she was a very good guest. And I hope she'll come back. Hope I didn't run her off, because we got a little heated up in there. But that's the way I like it. And today is no different, because my guest tonight, I know him personally, and he will be tested also. But he's the Honorable Russell Aston. We're going to get to that right now. But right now, we're going to take a break. And we're going to get back to you ASAP. And you know how we do when we take breaks, right? Show what I'm talking about, Light Jockey Mike.
I think we ready now.
It's the Cave Show. I'm your host, Sam J. And Light Jockey Mike and DJ Jimmy Ray has brought you the real shit. It's the Cave Show.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Juice, but I'm about to put some gin in you. Now look, it's a new gin with a different mineral. Well, you don't need a cup, my delivery is to spit at you. And hey, I'm a good guy, most of this shit is spiritual. But I ain't gonna lie, son, I got some bullshit nigga too. But if you fake with it, I'll probably be offending you. You need to take it personal, most likely I intended to. Cause you gotta know what these fake niggas are sending you. It's your ear, be cautious who you lending to. These fake gangsters telling they lies. I come straight up out the pussy with the mafia ties. Talk shit, little bitch, I make the mafia rise and chop your shit down the side. But I would rather see you live, no die. No murder, no cry. I just wanna get you tipsy and hot, hot, hot. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets.
And Polo, but I wanna support you. You know, I'm gonna promote your logo.
Yeah. I see it on your back there. Yeah.
It's to be understood.
Yeah. Always.
Now look here. What time are we gonna get rolling?
Hey, we're gonna get rolling a little bit. I'm trying to get O'Keefe to bring a couple of them sluts over here for you.
Well, see, if you do that, I'm gonna want to pop me at 1 and 1 and do some more. This is gonna turn into some other type of video.
I think it might ought to later on.
It might turn into X-rated.
We'll get a little 1 and 1, huh?
It might turn into some X-rated.
Hey, the little package you gave me worked real good. I like another one of those if I can get
Well,
it.
I don't have but one left.
You got one left?
Hey, man, look.
How did you get down to one? You're supposed to keep it 5 or 6 pieces all
You
the
can't
time.
get them no more. I got to have that.
Me too. That was pretty nice.
They mellow.
It was just you explained it just right.
Yeah.
It was just where it was supposed to be.
Don't have me rough in the morning.
My homeboy gave me some shrooms the other day. You hear me? I was just all excited and jolly.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself who taught you to hate being what God gave you.
sunshine and sprinkled it with rain. The old man sitting on the porch said the devil's beating his wife again. Now he might have been telling the truth, but all I can see was the orange and the blues from the sun and the sky. My God, I was mesmerized. I take the pieces of life and I call them mental graffiti and paint pictures with my pen, and I hope that you feel me. I take the pieces of life and I call them mental graffiti and paint pictures with my pen, and I hope that you feel me. Take the pieces of life and I call them mental graffiti and paint pictures with my pen, and I hope that you feel me. I take the pieces of life and I call them mental graffiti and paint pictures with my pen, and I hope that you feel me. Now this life here ain't nothing but a sunshine. This life here, right here, might be my ride. It goes love, hate, struggle, and faith. Put them all together and I bet they equate. The summation of the spectrums in your mind's eye. Now beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so what you see is all your order. Is your glass half empty or half full? I take the pieces of life and I call them mental graffiti and paint pictures with my pen, and I hope that you feel me. I take the pieces of life and I call them mental graffiti and paint pictures with my pen, and I hope that you feel me.
Oh, yes. First of all, man, welcome back to the Cave Show every Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time, right here at SCP Radio. That's where you can find us, man. It's therapy time, and tonight is no different from any other night. Just have two of my homies back to back right there, Billy Boy and Zen, as you can remember back in the day. Some of you who are real hip hop heads in H-Town should know who that is, but we won't go into that tonight. That's for another day. Tonight is no different from any other night. We're going to have a guest in tonight, and I don't know if he's in. Is my guest in, Light Jockey Mike?
Yeah, he's here. You ready?
Is the Honorable Russell L. Atkins in the house tonight? Is that who I'm speaking with? Can we hear you, Russell? Say something, brother.
Can you hear me, Sam J?
You might. Is he good? Is he
Can you
good?
hear me?
Say something there. The Honorable Russell L. Atkins has joined us. What's going on, brother?
Can you hear me, Sam?
I can barely hear you. Want me to get some volume? I don't know if I can barely hear you, but
Let me turn it up.
okay, it's probably good for everyone else. Maybe I need to put some headphones on or something.
All right. Light Jockey, can you hear me?
I hear you out of there. But I don't hear you out here. I can barely hear you. We can barely hear.
Yeah.
Don't turn his volume up.
Turn your volume up. I think the Honorable Russell L. Atkins.
Why he's doing that? What's your,
He cannot.
where they can find you?
He cannot get it together right now. He's a little old school. Just need a gun in his hand. That's all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show now. I have the Honorable Russell L. Atkins, man. He's
Is that better?
Is that better, Mike? Jockey Mike, let my man fix that.
Like Jock, can you hear me?
We can hear him, but it's low.
It's low.
Yeah, but
Let's-
that's fine. That's
See if they can hear him on the stream, like Jockey Mike, please. Now, if you can hear us on the stream, let me know how's it sound on the stream. A no-go or a go with who's low and who's not. I'm sure you don't have a problem hearing me.
I hear you.
I can barely hear you, Russ. Do I need headphones? 'Cause I sure can hear you.
I don't know because you're gonna keep getting louder if I keep going up.
No, okay. Maybe we need to turn. Okay. Can you hear me, Russ?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, we're going to have to work this way. Hopefully they can hear you online because I'm a naked ear right now. You going to go check it out, like Jackie? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cave Show. I'm your host, Sam J., and I have a very special guest with me tonight, Russell L. Atkins. First of all, Russell is a classmate of mine from the old school of North Shore, H-Town, Texas. We good in there?
Yeah, they can hear him.
They can hear him. Good. Just wanted to do a little mic check.
I'm not.
Now, Russell, can you hear me right?
I hear you, Sam J. Go
Russell's
ahead.
one of my classmates from North Shore, man. I think he's a youngster compared to me, though. I was 85, he was 86, I believe, right? Is that right, Russ?
That's correct.
Just a baby. First of all, Russell has an immaculate a resume. Just to let you know who he is, Russell has served. Like I say, he graduated from North Shore, 1986. Currently with the IRS. Is that true? Are you with
true.
the IRS right now, Russ?
Yeah, I've been with them for about 10 years now.
You've been with the IRS for 10 years. We got some questions for you tonight. You're going to get your ass in trouble tonight. Come on. Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute because you're going to get in trouble tonight. He has a degree in information systems from, Strayer?
Strayer University.
Where is that? Strayer University.
Well, I went to school back on the East Coast, and that was kind of like, a college for working people. So, unlike a lot of people, Sam J., I went straight in the military at the high school. So I had to get my education while I was working. So it was kind of like a working college. So it's a popular college back on the East Coast. We even got some branches down here in Texas now. We got one up in Dallas.
Oh, outstanding. So you're an average black man. You got to work and go to school, right? You have to.
Well, that's how, Sam, you got to get it done. However you get it done, you got to get it done.
We get your ass in trouble tonight. But I also see that you served in the United States Army 1986 through 93 with an honorable discharge, right? Honorable, right? You ain't fucked up, did you?
No mess ups.
Okay, all right. That's an honorable discharge right there from computer operator. Is that what it was? That was your MOS?
Yeah.
Now, what is a computer operator, Russ?
Well, Sam, back at the time when I first joined, a computer operator was just somebody who sat at a console and entered commands in. You started jobs, you mounted tapes. Once those tapes produced output, they printed an output, and you would send that to whoever ran the job. It was very straightforward. It was, you was a computer operator. So I would sit there and do that. So very easy.
Now, you're going to get in trouble now, right?
Well, hey, I'm ready for you, Sam.
You gonna tell me to shut the hell up, or you gonna answer my goddamn questions tonight, right? Because I see something interesting on your resume. Most people don't know, but I know. I see you worked as a defense contractor for Lockheed Martin. Okay, now we get your head trouble tonight. See, I know the questions to ask. Everybody else don't. I do. Well, we get to that later. Is that true? You worked at Lockheed Martin?
Yeah, Lockheed Martin. 10 years.
You're going to be honest tonight, though. You're going to shoot straight with us tonight, right, Russ?
Oh, I can't do nothing but shoot straight, Sam J.
Where are the UFOs at?
Say again?
Where are the UFOs? No, now you can't hear. You see how they do? You see how they do? Where are the UFOs?
Man.
That's
everywhere.
Not a place. Man, what state is that?
Hey, Sam J, they everywhere. We used to keep them out in Las Vegas and Nevada, but now they're everywhere.
So, or they at Lockheed?
We got some over there.
You ever seen an alien before on the base? I mean, I know by now you can say something.
I've never seen an alien, but I've seen some of the spaceships that they traveled in.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So now, hold on now. Chad's trouble. Hold on. Now, my man Russell worked at Lockheed. And for those who are UFO enthusiasts like myself, we know about Lockheed and Area 51 and S-15, 40. Where was it? You know what I'm talking about?
SR-71, the SR-71.
He said he go around. I got him. And I am personally interested in that. And you worked there as a contractor. Now, as a contractor, what exactly did you do at Lockheed?
I was actually contracted out to the Central Intelligence Agency.
Central Intelligence Agency. Okay.
So what we did there was we basically ran their computer center. They had a center where that connected to the world, and so we sent and received information from this center, and we were contracted to maintain those systems so we could send and receive information from sources from all over the world. So if something went down overseas, we'd be the first ones to get it. We get a response to it before it even hit the news, and that information came back and it went into briefings that went to the White House, it went to Congress, it went to other intelligence agencies. Some of them I can name, some I can't name. FBI, NSA. There are a couple more.
The Alphabet Boys, right?
Say again.
The Alphabet Boys.
Yeah, the Alphabet Boys.
There
You throw some letters at me, Sam J, and I'll nod. I won't tell you yes or no. You just look at the screen and I'll nod.
So, in your own opinion, Russ, are the aliens humanoids? Are they like us? Are they like certain people on the Earth? I mean, tell me something.
I say that stuff was beyond my clearance. I never saw any aliens. Like I say, I can imagine.
You heard what? But you heard what? Stop bullshitting me now. I mean, I'm gonna cut through the chase. The show ain't number 2 hours, Russ. Don't fuck around. But you were told what? How are they? Are they humanoids? Are they like us? Are they reptiles? Come on, talk to me, man.
Man, I wish I could share something with you, Sam J. We signed those non-disclosure agreements, those NDAs.
Okay, well, I'll call you
later. As long as you live, some things you can and you can't talk about. If I could share some information about aliens, I definitely would. But I never personally saw any of them. I mean, we can talk about some other. You ask the right questions, I'm gonna give you.
I know. I'm digging right now. I'm trying to see how far I can get.
Keep digging. I'll answer anything you ask.
I need to put out the little hooks. I'll put out the hooks too goddamn big. When I'm putting that, you ain't biting on that one. Okay. So now we got that. I see you're a member of the NAACP.
Yes, sir. Gotta be.
What is the NAACP?
That's the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. This organization was formed back in the 20s when you could probably say back in the 20s, you call it Black Lives Matter. But this was an organization that was formed to help the advancement of African Americans or blacks in this country. It was led by attorneys such as Thurgood Marshall. He was one that actually had the Brown versus the Board of Education in Kansas, which integrated the schools. So they have taken on missions to defend certain cases that was civil rights, because back then in the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, et cetera, we didn't have organizations, or we didn't have prosecutions, we didn't have defense attorneys that defended us. So the NAACP would come in and defend you, make sure that your civil rights were not violated.
Civil rights.
Like I said.
Okay. So are they still doing that?
Right now, I call in probably every Wednesday. So last Wednesday, I'm kind of glad we didn't meet because they had an ad hoc meeting. I think, like Sam, it's just like church. You have older people who have a certain belief on what the NAACP should be doing, and you have this younger generation that's coming up, and they're more progressive, they're more aggressive, they're more in your face. The NAACP, and I've actually had some meetings, they're not as relevant right now. You see all this going on in the world right now, especially in this country. And this is not just in this country. This movement behind Mr. George Floyd being killed, this is a movement around the world. And you don't see the NAACP nowhere. And so that was one of the things that on the call that I had was like, where are you? You know, why aren't you taking a lead, or why aren't you coming out and pushing voters' rights or voting things? You know, and they are, Sam, in some places they are, you know, in Alabama, Kentucky, you know, Connolly's area where he's closed like 600 polling places. He's only got like one polling place for like 50 miles, and it's basically in the black part of Kentucky. You know, those things right there. But I would like to see the NAACP grab this bull by the tail, or the horn, and also put its message out there, because right now we don't have this leadership, and we need this leadership to be able to talk to people. We can do things. We can protest, and we can be civil disobedient, but we also, at the end of the day, we got to come together and make sure that we take the same energy that you see right here, and you got to bring that energy in November. You got to bring that energy to the polls. You got to bring that energy to places that are going to make changes. You just can't let this energy just sit out there and not control it, and guide that energy. And I you know, that's one of the things that we're constantly, you know, we're talking about.
Right. We're going to talk about voting in a minute with that. Candace Owens was a member of the NAACP. Is that true?
That's true.
Why did she leave?
Well, Candace Owens has she gave up her blackness, and let me explain what I mean by that. She once she became this political opponent to get on some of these talk shows and start talking, she gave up her blackness. She cannot defend anything in the black community anymore, because she would be sympathetic. She is really non-black. And the problem is, she was, if you look at her case that got her involved in the NAACP when they represented her, she was in high school and she was being bullied by some racist white students, her peers. And they came to her defense, and I believe she got an award, some type of monetary award, about $30,000.
So why would Candace Owens lie and say she's never faced racism?
You know, Sam, everybody's got a price, and that's one thing I love about you, brother. Everybody's got a price. Yeah. and when somebody comes before you and they give you that price, I guess you will do whatever you will do.
So, do you think, in your opinion, Russ, you've been the patron. Now, the reason I brought you on, Russ, I know you're probably one of the black men who are patriotic to this country. Because if anybody who follows Russ on Facebook, if you want to, be glad to look over there. He's very patriotic. He's very patriotic. He loves his country. He served his country, and he served it with honor, more honor than me. I'm a shithead too. I was in the fields. I didn't give a shit, and still don't give a shit. And I'm just rude and obnoxious, so I know. But Russell is a patriotic man. So I got to ask you certain questions, Russ.
Go ahead.
Civil rights movement. When we're talking about the NAACP, blacks were a lot better off before the civil rights movement, is my opinion. What do you think about that?
I think in some cases, before we were desegregated, we had ownership, we had stakes in communities, we had our own communities, we had different things. But the problem was they were separate, but they were not equal. And so we can keep certain things in our communities separate. We can keep our churches separate. We can keep that thing. But when it comes down to improving our communities, we need certain things like schools. Mm-hmm. We need certain things like hospitals. We need certain things like amenities that
What do you mean by we need those things? What do you mean by we need them from someone else?
We need equal education opportunity. But it does no good to have a school system and you're reading books and this school system is reading computers. It does no good to have a school system over here and you're trying to
it also is not a good system if you're learning the wrong thing in the school. For instance, history. The history of black folks didn't start when slavery started. The history of black folks didn't start when George Washington was here. The history of black folks didn't start with Christopher Columbus. But this is where they bring black folks on the planet in schools. So when we separate, we can teach our people what we need to teach them about themselves. That way you can get some kind of honor and about who we are as a people. Now this might touch a lot of people the wrong way, Russ, I believe in separation. Not separation because I hate you. Separation because we are different. You know, for instance, when the Asian people come here, they bring their culture, they bring their people, they bring their routine, they bring their God, they bring everything and set up Chinatown. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. But
when the Africans and the Haitians come here, they do the exact same thing. Now, hold on now.
If you talk about Black history, you have to go and you have to understand Black history is 5,000 years before the birth of Christ.
Right.
Black history is pyramids. Black history is the Sphinx. Black history is mapping of the universe. Black history is astrology. You have to understand that Black people, we created the maps and we created the globes and we mapped the universe and we invented pi and we brought all this stuff. So you got to go back 5,000. I said.
Now I'm not going against what you said. So why are we so fucked up? Why can't we stop killing each other? So why are we so fucked up? If we've done all these great things, and I'm not saying you're wrong, because I know that is the truth. I know what truth is. But here's the thing. When we're talking about things like NAACP, Black Lives Matter, Al Sharpton, who's the mother? I call them race hustlers, man. Jesse Jackson, Sheila Jackson, right here in H-Town. All these coon ass motherfuckers here who've been in office for a long time. And I tell people, go look up these people's district. And these are Black people we keeping in office who ain't doing a goddamn thing. But then when someone like me come around and want to confront them, the excuse is, we gotta vote. We gotta vote. We gotta vote. Hey, Russ, don't you think it's time that we go back to what we should be doing? Taking care of each other. Starting with separation of our monies. We can weaponize your money. Do you agree?
Well, I knew you were going to ask me that hard question. And, we talked personally, Sam, and I don't believe in separation, and I'm going to tell you why I don't believe in separation, because in order for us to be in this economic system and to gain growth in this economic system and have power, we have to play the game. We have to learn what they are using. We have to be able to put people in place to not only get there only for the power, but also to get there for the power that they can have to make changes. But see, if we get people in there and they don't want to make change, then we're going to have the same problem. Right now, there's this movement, and I'm going to let you get back. There's this movement to tear down Confederate statues. But as appeasement, somebody said, well, let's take Aunt Jemima off the syrup and let's take Uncle Ben off the rice. Sometimes we get narrow-minded and we lose focus. And now we want to take on Indian rights. We want to take on Mexican rights. We want to take on gay rights. We need to concentrate on Black rights. We need to concentrate on us. We can't be worried about all this other stuff. That stuff will take care of itself, or you have your movement to take care of what be Mexican lives matter or Asian lives matter or gay lives matter. But right now, we need to talk about us, because we're the ones that's systematically being killed in this country. We're the ones that's being systematically abused, and it's being videoed.
Systematically killed. What do you mean by that?
As you can see, the police is supposed to, when you're supposed to call the police, Sam, when you have a problem. If you and me get together and we have a problem, my brother, and we can't work it out, before we go to knives and guns, we're supposed to call the police, and police are supposed to be able to come in there and resolve the issues. But when you have the police come in there and we're pulled over for simple infractions, or we're arrested, or we're killed, or we're beat, or for whatever minor infraction, I got a problem with that, Sam. You should not die because somebody called the police on you because you look suspicious. You should not die if you're speeding on the highway. You should be able to get a ticket and go to court and have your just due. You should not die if you fail to blink, if you fail to use proper equipment to turn. These are things that we're continuing to die. You should not die if you're in your home and the police come and knock and they got the wrong damn address. You should not die.
And you should not die by the hands of your own people.
By your own people. You Sam, but this is one of those things. If you look at it statistically, more white people in this country killed each other than we do. but it doesn't get the exposure.
Why won't we just concentrate on us? You know what's sad, Russ? You know what kills me when I wake up in the morning? And I actually got trained for this because of America. I had to withdraw myself from the media at some point. When I wake up in the morning, I'll wait for a police report to come on somebody that killed another black man or a black woman or unarmed Hispanic or somebody unarmed.
It's that.
But watch this. I might see that, but right after that, Russ, the next 4 or 5 reports is some crazy nigga shooting up the goddamn block. See what I'm saying? He didn't kill somebody innocent. He didn't kill somebody innocent. And it's not one story. And you from H-Town, you know what goes on here. Every morning, South Side, some nigga rode around shooting. Every morning, North Side, some nigga running around shooting. And they don't even kill who they shooting at. They killing babies, innocent bystanders. And let me tell you something. When I see the news, I think the policemen need to get their shit together and be held accountable. You bet your ass I do. But God damn it, we need to be held accountable for ourselves.
We don't care and they don't care. And when you got two entities that are supposed to be protecting lives and making sure lives improve and they don't care, anarchy, that's what you have. That's what you have. So when you turn on the news, just like I'm up here in Dallas, and
I know it's bad up there, brother. When I say it's bad, Russ, I'm talking about us killing each other. That's what I'm talking about.
I could turn on the news, and I could bet you they'll find a story of a black-on-black crime, and that'll leak the news, and that's what they'll show you, and that's what they want you to believe. Sometimes, like I'm one of my background's intelligence. I don't always believe what I see. I'm not saying it's necessarily true, but sometimes you have to investigate stuff for yourself. You have to read. But when I pull out here for every story that they put that's on there, and I'm gonna stay what you're saying, black on black. I can show you 5 or 6 white on white that don't make it. Right. But here's the thing,
Russ. I don't mean to, I gotta say this. Here's the thing. I don't give a shit about that. You know, if 2 white boys are killing each other, and if white folks get tired of that, then they need to speak on that. Me, I'm tired of my brothers killing each other, so I'm gonna speak on that. See, I gotta clean my own house before I walk outside my house. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
See, that is my problem with black people. See, we don't want to. See, if I was a white man saying this, you'd be wanting to kick off of my ass. But I'm a black man saying it. I'm gonna keep on saying it until we stop it. Now, Black Lives Matter, Russ. Since we on that agenda. Now, I know Black Lives Matter. I do, because I'm a black man and got 5 black sons. I know Black Lives Matter. But what about Black Lives Matter organization? What's your opinion about them?
Man, now let's Black Lives Matter.
The organization.
I saw a meme that said, we say Black Lives Matter, but we never said only Black Lives Matter. And we never said that only Black Lives Matter. We know all lives matter. But in this time of need right here, when you constantly seeing black lives taken by the police, this is an organization that's supposed to protect you. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because like you say, you have 5 sons. I have 1. But when you see a black life taken, that's a mother. That's a father. That's a brother. That's a sister. That's what we're saying. We're saying that when you're called, or police are called to come in here and are supposed to come in here and bring justice, or come in here and be the peacekeeper, you're not supposed to lose your life. I shouldn't be fearful of calling the police when something's going on. Sam, I live in a house. I got a nice house. I would love to show everybody I live in a nice house. But I had an incident where I had a faulty window, and my alarm kept going off in the middle of the night. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, the alarm goes off. I jump up, I grab my gun, I run through the house, popping on the lights. I don't say anything. My alarm company called me and they say, "Hey, Mr. Atkins, we got an alarm system. Is everything okay?" I said, "I don't know. Can you send the police out here?" So they said, "Well, we're going to send the police out there and whatever." So I told them, I told my alarm company, Thompson and Smith, I'm a black man. I live in this house. Don't shoot me when you get here. And I told him I have a weapon. You know the police. The police department called Smith Thompson. Told them, they said, "Well, they would tell him to put that gun up right now." And so I had to stand outside and meet them to show them who I was, because I didn't want to be shot in my own house for being mistaken. Because if you come to my house, I live in a nice neighborhood like anybody else, And it's a mixed neighborhood. And when I say mixed, it's not
Hey, man,
predominantly
stop
white.
bullshit, man.
Black.
You live in an upscale neighborhood. I know your
Yeah,
ass.
and so,
All
but
right,
I didn't want
play
to get
games.
shot. So that's the fear that we live in, Sam J. That's
But-
the fear we live in.
But Russ, you know what you just did? You know I'm a professional at this, right?
Yeah, I
you
know
know
you
what
are.
you
Go
just
ahead.
did, right? You know what you did, right? So I'm
Yeah,
bringing
come
the
on.
attention of my audience right now. What you just did. I asked you, what did you think about Black Lives Matter, the organization? You told me what you thought about Black Lives Matter. I know Black Lives Matter. I'm asking you, Russell L. Atkins, the Honorable Russell L. Atkins, what is your opinion of Black Lives Matter, the organization? Don't play games with me, Russ.
All right, here we go, Sam J. Here we go. I knew you was gonna ask. I got it right here. Okay. What is? I knew this was coming.
Don't run. I
I
got a
knew-
running
hey,
song for y'all. You get the running, Mike.
Sam,
Don't let
I
my
knew what I was
producer
getting
put the
into.
running
I knew
song
what I was
on.
getting into when I got on here. Okay. What does it mean? What does it mean to me right now?
No.
It's-
Okay, let me ask you one question. Have you went to Black Lives Matter's website
Yes.
and actually read
Yes.
their agenda?
Yes.
And
yes.
you agree with it?
No, you pointed something
You're
out.
goddamn
Sam,
right. Now
because-
hold on. Now stop right there, Russ. You're not gonna see
Mhm.
you was in the military. You up there with them officers and shit. You're not. I worked in the fields. See, I was enlisted, man. You was up there with them dogs. And let me tell you something, Sergeant. I'm a grunt, and I know what the hell I'm talking about. Now slow down, because you're trying to get me, and I ain't gonna let you get me.
All right.
Black Lives Matter. Do you agree with their agenda?
No, I don't.
Okay. So why the fuck are we supporting Black Lives Matter?
Because that's when George Floyd was killed. What did everybody start doing? What did white people start making signs in schools? They started chanting
what we
Black
got.
Lives
You know what
Matter.
we got here, right? We got a big
Yeah.
problem here, Russ. We
we
got
got
we got a real problem with what we're discussing right now because we both agree as Christian black men, and I ain't talking about no regular Christian. I'm talking about the Christian of the Bible because Christians today are not real Christians. But when you're talking about being a real Christian and follow the ways of God, you cannot follow the ways of Black Lives Matter, the organization.
Again,
If
Sam,
you honestly read the agenda,
Yes.
because what? Tell me if I'm lying, Russ. Because a lot of people don't know this. Black Lives Matter trying to get away from heteronormative relationships. Am I lying?
yeah. You're not lying.
Okay, they stated that. So, as a black man, if we have to ride on that coattail let me rephrase that because there's some black gay men. And I have nothing against gay people. I got gay people in my family. I love you, but I don't love your sin. So listen up. As a black alpha straight male, I don't want to be on the agenda as the gays. You have your LGB-7s, stay over there. Do we need to make a movement for heterosexual alpha black males? Is that what we need to do? Because here's the problem, Russ. I'm glad we're discussing this because you are a patriot. You are someone that everybody can respect, and you are a Christian man. So if the country is built on Christian beliefs, which I don't believe, I'm just saying that's what they say. If we're going on that belief system, why is it okay for women to marry women, men to marry men? And we can't have a movement unless the gay people are included. What is going on here, man? This is Babylon all over again.
I love it. Sam J, I go to church almost every Sunday, and I've had this talk with my pastor. And we, the church, just like you're saying, don't talk against it. It's become accepting. It's become accepting to let this lifestyle.
You know what God calls that, right, Russ? You know what God calls that, right? Synagogue of Satan. Am I lying, Russ?
No,
Okay.
you're absolutely
Stand
right.
down, soldier.
Yep.
There we go.
But to get back what you said, the Black Lives Matter agenda, it started out with Black Lives Matter, but then it came down to alternative.
Well, Black Lives Matter was found
relationships.
by a black gay guy. Am I lying? Is he gay?
That's Sam J. You read the website, like I said.
We need to
this
get.
This is how we lose our sight because we get sidetracked by trying to bring all these other entities into our
Exactly.
movement, and these movements don't need to be in here. These movements,
This is why you see white folks marching with Black Lives Matter, because you got gay white people.
We need to make progression. We need to make progression, and then you let all these other entities, you let them have their movements. But right now, like you say, Sam, we're talking about everything that uplifts the Black family. I am pro-Black.
What are we missing, Russ? What are we missing in the Black family? You already know this. What is wrong with the Black family? What's wrong with it?
We're missing structure. We're missing fathers.
And what is structure? What is structure, Christian man? What is it?
We're missing structure.
You're goddamn right we're missing structure. When the man is taken out the house, we're going to hell, man.
Yeah.
We ain't going to have peace.
We
got, and I know the ladies don't understand this because a lot of them think they know the Bible. They don't know the Bible. A woman is out of control and she is being bewildered if she thinks she's going to be in control of a society. I'm sorry, but it cannot be done. Now, if you're a Christian, a real Christian, I'll show you in your Bible now. We don't want to go there tonight.
I ain't going to go there with you.
I'm not going to go there tonight because I'm drinking. I don't pull the Bible out while I'm drinking. We can't do that. I'm a liberator.
But now you got me enough on the last time, Sam J. This is what a lot of people understand about you, Sam J. You say a lot, but you deep. And if people get a chance to talk to you, and I'm blessed to be able to talk to you, what you speak and what you say is you don't say it in a nice way. So some people might not say it because he didn't say it in a nice way, but you know what you speak, you know what you talk about. You said stuff to me that I had to pull my Bible out and I had to go and read some stuff, and you kick some verses to me.
Was it there?
So I'm gonna give you that much, and that's not, listen, people, that's not Russell kissing Sam's butt by no means.
No, it's the truth, baby.
Sam J knows what he's talking about, but Sam J is his.
They don't like my delivery. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know why they don't like my delivery, Russ? Because I'm doing what the Bible says. Go to the highways and byways and rebuke your people of their transgressions. Am I lying, Russ?
Well, you finna get to preaching, Sam. Hey, if you get to preaching,
we're gonna go to break, Russ.
I'm not with you.
And you gonna stick around with me, right?
I'm gonna ride with you.
You gonna ride with me a little bit more time, right? We're gonna be right back with you. You gonna stay with me? I ain't gonna run you off. Don't have your government agents fucking me up, all right?
I can't promise you that either. But
well, hold on, man. We're gonna go to a break right now. It's the Cave Show, SCP Radio. Got the Honorable Russell L. Atkins all in the cave. We'll be right back, man. Let's get it in. Nigga, why you lying to me?
Juice, fuck what they say, I'm critic proof. They'll hate on you, they mimic you. Nothing that they do is original, nothing that they do is credible. Not concerned with the decimals, more concerned with likes and views. Me, I like the view on Caribbean cruise. All the nigga need is a balcony room and a bad bitch to put it all in the womb. That nigga since they stepped out of the womb, can't tell me different, step out of the room. Got things to do when I gotta get to them. Passport stamped up, most of my trips foreign. I don't see these niggas, don't believe these niggas. Definitely wouldn't wanna be these niggas. Well ahead, I'ma lead these niggas. Follow my trail, it'll lead to the figures. People gon' say what they want, speak how they feel. Fuck evidence, it ain't gotta be real. So you need tough skin, yeah, you gotta be real. Need no yes, man, please always keep it real. Keep my circle small, keep working hard. Lord to my toes, keep faith in God. All I see it all is written on the wall. I'm here standing tall, and my name is Paul Brad. Judging you with them critics do. There's some people that's critical. Don't bother me, that's minimal. My money counting is digital. Main concern residual. When you lying to who? Why you lying to me? Me, I'm I'm frequently fly without flying for free. Keep my critic blue vest on, ducking the sea. I'm nice, fuck who ain't fucking with me. Play fly, I leave your ass stuck in the tree. Ignore critics with the music, I get stuck in the beats. It's a lifesaver, could have been stuck in the streets like I was running the cleats. But I do it for kids, do it for a little P, yeah, that's little me. Do it for my whole team, that's on B. This has always been a dream, now they can see. Loyalty is the theme, now they believe. Whether do it, they don't, I still achieve. I still go weave in and out of the scenes. Reality dreams in and out of the scenes. Our sights on the screens, it's all what it seems. I'm on caffeine, they on codeine. I'm running, they off in the dream. That boy so clean, word of my hygiene. Ain't shit you can do to stop my dream. Right.
Nigga, why you lying to me? Nigga, why you lying to me? Nigga, why you lying to me? I might be credit proof, credit proof, credit proof, credit proof, credit proof, credit proof, credit proof.
Dot dot. Today though. Hey. I ain't never been nothing but a young me. Skinny nigga with the waves and a young T. Mama couldn't fade J's, but the chucks clean. Learn quick, talk cheap, but it ain't free. Slow it up and switch the grammar on a nigga. Keep it moving for these bitches, get a handle on a nigga. I ain't never been the type to pull a hammer on a nigga, but Atlanta probably make me make example out of niggas, huh? So gon' stall them out. See, got a few ain't shits for Mr. Walker now. I text back like, babe, what we talking about? You see a foo nigga, you should call them out. Cause all that politicking really for the hoes and shit. I can't lie, I think I like getting chosen shit. I got advice for your life and your clothes and shit. Fall in love for a minute, then it's over quick and shit. Cause I'm focused. All I know is keep going. All I know is I'm here right now, baby. All I know is I own it. All I know is I love myself. Let her wear my clothes so I can hug myself. All this shit that I does myself. Hey, I don't know. Let it run. Let it run. Front the cash for all these escapades. Phone calls a little different, huh? Luckily, it's like me and me, so all these reservations ain't shit to pay. It's like the more we pop, the more it's less to say. The more we drop, the more investors pay. So the more I shop and call it business plays and get out different ways that you can say my name, you know? But ain't shit changed. Ain't that what the hell you call a campaign? Ain't that what the hell you call a damn shame when they let an album when it really was a mixtape? I've been thinking about the pen game shit, been locked like both Chuck Taylors on the grip tape. But we got title and shit skate, so we just taking any record that y'all making as a diss tape. I've been chiefing on these Newport lights, it got me thinking what the hell I'm about to do all night. I've been up for like 3-4 nights, and I could probably make a week if the mood get right. Cause I just been all about my business, cause sleeping just get you an honorable mention. I love to consistently call up these women, but oh girl, she killed it for all of you bitches. Off top, let it run. Off top, let it run. Off top, let it run. Typical div, man, it is what it is. All is fair in love and hip hop and all that shit. You know what I mean? That's just life, right? Hey. Hey. Yeah.
Oh man. Woo, another wonderful Wednesday night. Oh, getting it in with my special guest, the Honorable Russell L. Atkins. Is he still with us? I ain't running off. We got running. We're going to have to get us a running song. Like Jockey Mike.
Running song.
We gotta get us a running song because we're gonna have some runners. I just know people gonna be running and taking off. I ain't gonna want to finish my interview. So I gotta get some running. So I don't think Russ gonna be running because he already know what he walked into. We're gonna have a running song for those who come in the cave and get to running. People who want to debate and talk about certain things. I tell you all the time, you have the floor right here at SCP Radio every Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. And if you want to come on the show, you want to have something to talk about, you want me to address an issue, be comfortable in DMing me, but don't debate me on the DM. I don't like that. DM is for my conversation with my fans, friends, and even my foes, because a lot of people who talk to me on the DM, they don't like me, but we still talk on the DM. I know it's a strange relationship. I know. They don't like me on Facebook, but we'll talk on the DM, and we'll discuss some things, but we'll never debate on the DM because that's not what I do. If you want to debate, you want to talk, you want to go back and forth, you want to tell Sam J what the hell he don't know what he's talking about, you're more than welcome to come on the show. I will give you the floor. I will be as polite and nice as I can, and that's how that goes. Welcome back, Russ. How you doing, man?
I'm still hanging in here, Sam J.
Outstanding. Again, now, what we were talking about was very important. Black Lives Matter, I think they're being too broad. They're not being too straight on things. It's too much of a broad agenda. Because, we want to throw the transsexuals in there getting killed. And I'm not saying they're not, but look, man, look. If we want to save black people, we got to start with the structure. We got to start with the homes. We got to get on the streets, get these wannabe gangbangers, and I guarantee they don't have a father in the home. And if the father is in the home, he gangbanging too. You see what I'm saying? It's a generational thing. So the only thing, Master P came on. I know you be following me, Russ. I put up a post about Master P say black people need to start buying the block. What you think about that?
In a sense, I understand exactly what he's saying, because if you buy, you own, then you can control. You can control who comes in and make money. You can control who comes in and sets up. You can control things in your neighborhood. You can take that money and keep that money in your neighborhood and fix amenities like schools, like hospitals, like shoppings, like drugstores, grocery stores, and different things like that. So I totally understand what he's saying, and I understood why you shared it. I totally agree with that.
So why can't we do that? What is the problem? See, here's the problem, Rose. We're so worried about marching, so worried about yelling and screaming and holding up signs. I would have more respect for black people if they marched in unison as a military unit. I don't have a lot of patience for any more marching and holding signs and screaming and yelling. And while you're doing that, the crime is still being committed.
I totally agree with you on that one, Sam J. I definitely think, we've marched enough in this country. We've begged and we've asked and we've begged enough in this country. Now, I don't condemn and I don't advocate going out here destroying anything, but I definitely understand that the time for begging and bargaining and accepting what they give us is that's got to end. We have to take the profit out of racism. We have to take that money out of it. You say something, you do something. We have to make these companies pay for it when they do and say things. When you come out of here, you're being racist or whatever, you have to do things. But at the same time, I totally understand why can't we do this? Why can't we do this? I don't know, Sam J. I sit here and I ask myself. I watch the news. I read things. I say, well, why don't we do it? Why don't we own the grocery stores instead of going down here and the Asian person or Indian person owning the grocery store? Why don't we do all this?
Why are we not marching when we hear about Chicago? Why are we not marching like, for instance, here in Houston when some dickheads going up and down and shooting kids in 2 or 3 nights in a row? Why we won't march for stuff like that?
That's also a good question, Sam.
Are we just waiting for the police to kill another black man or unarmed minority for us to get upset? We're not worried about the Spanish killing blacks and blacks killing Spanish, Spanish killing each other, all in the same fucking neighborhood. We're not worried about that.
We seem to be worried about the white officer killing the black person.
So we're waiting for another white officer incident to see Black Lives Matter and these goddamn rioters, right?
Well, you're going to have it again, Sam J. You're going to have it again, and it's going to be recorded again. And
you know what I would be happy with the rioting and looting? If they riot and loot every time some niggas out there shooting.
Well, then we'd be a country of just rioters then, because
No,
we
no.
never
What will
have.
happen is we'll run those motherfuckers out because they ain't gonna listen. So if we're gonna sit around and protest just when white cops kill black people, holy moly, man, we're gonna lose this battle, man. We're gonna lose.
We are.
We're gonna lose, man.
Because
we're not gonna win.
You know,
we're gonna lose.
Just like you know, you asked about the black. This organization has like no political affiliation. It doesn't distinguish itself from its agenda.
Wait a minute now. Now wait a minute. Hold on now, Russ. You say they do not have a what now? They don't have a what?
Political affiliation.
Yeah, oh, sure they do.
I mean, they have a backer.
Their donations go to the Democratic Party.
They have a backer that's a billionaire that they're trying to seem to put a front up. It seems like they're trying to spend money for the Democratic Party. But they have no say so. They have
no say so. But we know money talks, right?
Of course.
So they when you donate to Black Lives Matter, they're part of the Democratic Party.
Well, that's what that's the front. But there's nobody in Congress. You got the Congressional Black Caucus. You have no movement. You have senators or representatives that align with Black Lives Matter, because the Black Lives Matter is really not a political organization, nor an organization that you can align with. What is their agenda? What are you asking Congress for? What are you asking for? The Black Lives Matter, they're too busy over here worried about gay and lesbian and whatever other stuff. What is their agenda? You tell me.
I know what the agenda is. I read it all the time. It makes me want to throw up.
I mean, the thing is, they don't encourage votership. They don't encourage. It's just, are we going to riot every time something like this happens? Is that what we're at? So it's like the next time something happens, we can expect this, because pretty soon the people who you're trying to get your allies are going to become foes of your movement, and they're going to tell you that your movement is worthless because all you seem to be care about is violence and destruction. You know, I understand anger. I understand lashing out. But you have to be able to control that anger and that lashing out, so you don't lose the people who you're going to need to help you get legislation passed or get people on your side to help you with your movement. And right now, I don't see the Black Lives Matter trying. You know, you got the ear, but you've done nothing. You've done nothing to take that ear and move these people or persuade these people to your side to say, this is why we think we should need this. I said, and this is Russell. I've always said, we need a national database. If you're a policeman and you kill somebody, we need a database to track that. If you get fired, you need a database.
You shouldn't be able to get hired by another goddamn department.
There's a woman down there that choked that man at Dennis, the Spanish man that was urinating on the side of the road. She just got hired as a policeman in another district. See, that's the kind of stuff you need to track. When a policeman goes rogue, you need to be able to track that and make sure that they're not able to get a job as a policeman. And if they do something in Texas, they can't go to Montana and get a job. If they do something in California, they can't go to New York.
You best believe they tracking our asses.
Exactly.
Anything I do, they tracking me. I know that.
Because, Sam, no matter what, if you were to go out and become a victim of anything, I'm sure all your transgressions and all your negativity would come out before everything that you did was good. Before you were a father, before you were a Marine, before you worked for the post office for 20, 30 years, before you did anything, everything that you did that's negative will come out before. And then people will look at it and say, well, you know, he deserved to die. You know, we ain't lose. And that's what's wrong. People look at the people who are dying, and if they don't have a clean
hold on
path,
now,
they're
Russ. See, you being real nice tonight. I'm not going to let you be PC on this goddamn show. You understand that, right?
I know you aren't.
Okay, so you're trying to be real PC, and I understand, but I can't let you get away with that. Now, you keep talking about people keep getting mad. Who keep getting mad, Russ? Who's saying these people deserve to die, Russ? Let's say it. White people are saying it, Russ. Say it. Say it. Yes. Say it with me. Who said it, Russ? Say it with me.
White people.
Okay.
White people. Not only they're saying it, but they're justifying it.
Hey,
but she's kind of
not only they're saying it, and they're justifying it.
Oh, don't get me started on how that bitch had me in jail 3 to 4 times now.
Sam, we have a lot of let's be real. We have a lot of friends on Facebook that we share. we went to North Shore when North Shore was mostly white. That's one thing that
Well,
we understand.
Yeah.
Yourself,
We
Fred
did do that.
Jones,
I tell
Johnny
that story
Jones,
all the
Roger
time.
Pinson. We kind of have this connection. But we have a lot of friends that are white that we went to school with, that we played football with, that we sweated in the off season and whatever, that we could have came to our house and whatever. These are the same people now that are standing out, making these racist posts, sharing these racist posts, and saying these racist things and justifying these racist things. And it kind of makes you wonder.
Let me ask you this, Russ. Let me be the devil's advocate here. Okay, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here. We go. Yeah, you go take a little sip there. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here. You saying the people, white people we know, and I see these same posts. Now we say that some of these posts that the white people we know are making are racist. Do you actually think it's racist? What, for example, let's talk about a real post, not about who was by. What made it racist?
What made the post racist?
Yeah, what made the post racist? Because we have to understand something. My opinion that says I think we should separate. When I say separate, I mean separate our dollars, separate our schools, because they're not going to teach us about us. Separate our barbershops. They can't cut our hair. Separate our movies. We don't even like the same shit. Separate our clubs. We can commerce with everyone, but when it comes to your people, learn and from your people. That's my point. You understand where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah.
So I have to be a devil's advocate when I say things like this. So if I say something like that, someone might say, well, Sam J is racist. No, it's not racist. Let me throw something at you, Russ. I won't fuck your head up now. Let's talk white nationalists. What is the white nationalist agenda? Do you know?
To have the country ran by white males.
No, that's not their agenda. Their agenda is to separate.
Well, like I say, their agenda is to put the white male back at the food chain. That the white male is in charge of everything. Therefore, everything that's not the
white nationalist agenda. That's the white po trash agenda. The white nationalist agenda is to separate and let black folks have their land and white folks have their land. That's what white nationalists believe in. See, what you're talking about is a prejudice. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Russ. You know what's really hard for a Christian, Russ? You know what's really hard for a Christian? To believe the Bible. You know that? Russ, it's hard for a Christian of today to actually believe the Bible. We know that, right?
Right.
Because if you read the Bible, your church is teaching the opposite. And in the Bible, I believe I can say this with all honesty, God is a racist.
Ooh, Sam J.
Uh-huh.
God
said, his people above all people, and no, hold on now.
I don't think God. I know God is not a racist. It's the people who take the Bible, interpret the Bible, that are racist, Sam J.
Should I give you a scripture?
Bible, make it conform to their agenda and what they believe. I don't think God is racist. I know.
But what is a racist in your opinion? What, in your definition? I can read you what a racist is. A racist is someone who has a control of a people and put their people superior to others. Am I correct?
That's white supremacy. A racist.
No.
A racist. That's white supremacy. But a racist is a person that believes that because of their skin color, they have certain rights that you and I don't have.
No, sir. That's wrong, Russ. Being a racist is an action word, meaning that you make laws against a group of people. Now, what you're talking about is a prejudice. See, I don't like you because of your black skin. That's a prejudice. But I'm going to make a law against you, making you 3/5 of a man. That's racist. See?
That's racist.
Now, if I'm sitting here talking to you and saying, I don't like this guy because he's a goddamn Mexican, and I don't like him because he's got slick back hair, that's a prejudice. But if I sit here and make sorry, Mikey, but if I'm sitting here, I like you, Mikey. You ain't your slick hair. If I'm sitting here saying, Mikey, it's going to be against the law for you to slick your hair back and you and your people. That's racist. See, we have to stop playing with these words. See, these words are getting out of order. See, when someone says, for instance, Black people should stay in their place. That's not racist. That's a prejudiced person. See? You see what I'm going? You see where I'm going with that? So when we talk about being a racist, most motherfuckers ain't got enough money to be racist. What do you think about that, Russ?
Sam J. Racist, prejudice, bigotry, nationalism.
Those are all different definitions, though, Russ.
They can all be different, but we need to all.
The reason I'm saying this, Russ, let me interrupt real quick. I'm gonna let you finish. The reason I'm saying this because white folks have given us this language. They use this same language to bamboozle your asses when they write these bills up. They use these same languages to bamboozle your ass in a court of law. So when you take these words and you throw them around because it's the English language, now remember now, this is not our language. So when you go into a court and the black man don't really understand, that's because he thinks a racist is prejudice and he thinks prejudice is a racist. But go ahead.
But also, we use these same words. You and I can be viewed as African American. We can be viewed as black. We can be viewed as thugs, criminals, the N-word, and different things like that. All this stuff we got to group in the same category, and we have to shun it. So whether you be a racist, you prejudice, you a bigot, or whatever, a nationalist. We got to put all this in the same category and treat it the same way. I totally understand what you're saying. I don't want to wordplay with you, Sam J. I totally understand what you're saying, but we can't allow any of it to exist. And in order for us to move forward, we can't allow any of it.
Are we going to change someone's feelings and behavior? Or you might change someone's behavior while they're on the clock from 9 to 5, but 5:01, use a nigger.
Well, Sam, you know and I know that we have some friends. You and I already know that we have some friends that they would say, not all black people are not bad. I got some friends. Sam J is my friend. He's one of them good ones.
Oh no, you never hear that from you'll never hear that from a white person talk about Sam J. He's one of the good ones. That nigger is racist.
Exactly. You said it. Hey, you said it, so I didn't have to say it. But you that point taken.
Hey, I can take it, man. I can take it. Hey, if I'm doing this, I better be able to take it. Can't be no pussy doing this. But my point is, Russ, in all being real, man, I think that our problem as a people, we need to start at home, man. We need to get the family back in order. If we're going to be true Christians of Christ, we got to put the family back in order. And that's God over Christ, Christ over man, man over woman. And a lot of people don't want to hear that order because they think it has some kind of control system, but it's the system that works. And once that father is wicked or not in the home, hell's going to break loose. And
but Sam J., slavery, Jim Crow, being a segregation, all that has destroyed exactly what you just said.
I think the civil rights movement destroyed that, Russ.
I think the civil rights movement was in the beginning. It had it was a kumbaya. It said we all must live together. And I'm not going to say that's not true, that we shouldn't. But like you say, I think we needed to build our families up. You have to understand that after the civil rights movement, we started creating these single households, mothers. And
why do we do that? Why do we do that? Because the government told our women, if you keep that nigga out the house, we'll help you take care of these children.
So you agree that was a systematic structure?
But why? Okay, Russ. See, here's where I get off the bus. Here's where I pull the string and say, skirt, this is my stop. This is where I get off the bus. Because here we go, Russ. This is what I hate when black people do. They put drugs in our neighborhood. Does that mean you got to sell them and do them? They put guns in our neighborhood. Does that mean you got to grab them and shoot your own people? You know, I feel you on this, how it's set up. But you know why it's set up? Because we are such simple people. If we come back to God, come back to the structure, and a man get off his ass and be a real man of the household, we won't have that kind of wayward feelings. We won't have to lean on this person for help because the government has gotten our women to the point where I can keep having these babies and I'm going to get paid. I don't need no man. See what I'm saying? You feel me on that. Now, I know a lot of them motherfuckers like that. I don't need no man. I'm going to keep having these babies. And I'm going to tell you something, Russ. I'm an honest taxpayer, and I'm tired of taking care of your goddamn bastard children. That's all I'm saying. Because the damn deadbeat ain't taking care of him. I am. See what I'm saying? That's my goddamn child, and I don't want no more kids. See? There we go. What do you think about that? Am I cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or what?
Shit, Sam.
I guess I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
You made me curse that one. I want to curse, but you know.
Now, goddamn it, Russ. Come on, let's keep it real now.
I get up every morning and go to work just like you do. You know, sometimes we've had conversations. We've missed each other because we was both at work.
Yeah.
I totally 100% agree with that. I don't want to have to take care of anybody their irresponsibilities. That's
bastard children, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, but they're irresponsibilities. I don't want to have to continue to take care of anybody's irresponsibility. But we got to find a way to fix those irresponsibilities, Sam, because if we don't fix it, then you're going to have a generation that continues to do the same thing. Now you've got you.
So how do we fix it?
We used to have a generation where we said women said we don't need men. Now we got a generation where not only they say we don't need men, women are saying women need women and men need men. We are moving.
Black Lives Matter.
We're moving so far from the Bible right now. It's crazy.
Black Lives Matter.
Nobody is speaking out against it, Sam J. They're justifying it, and that's the problem that we're having. Yeah. They're justifying this.
And why are we not speaking out against it? Because you know why? Our men are pussies, man. Our men are pussies, dog. You know what? I'm an alpha Christian male, and I'm gonna speak up. I got gay people in my family. I don't want you on my goddamn agenda. Okay? Is that alpha enough? And I love you, but I don't want you on my goddamn agenda. You don't see the Ku Klux Klan right now, Coach. They got their own goddamn agenda. You know, you got the LBJ-7. Why won't you march for that cause? You know why? Because the Black Lives Matter was founded by gay people, man. I mean, we got to, let's wake up. I need something for alpha minority males because we're the ones who need it. And I'm talking about blacks, Hispanics, Africans, all our minority, alpha, straight males. Can we get a movement for that shit? Come on aboard, man.
Well, let me ask you this question then, Sam J. How you feel about reparations then?
You know what? Can I just get my 40 acres? You keep the goddamn mule. but let me just say this about reparations. We can forget it. Okay? It's not going to happen. I understand how fucked up the United States is. We get reparations for Jews, Jewish people. We ain't gonna get into that. They're Jewish, which means like, trying to be like. Jewish people. Who else get to the Japanese, right?
Right.
But the people who built this country with the free labor, and it's still that's the difference between being a racist and being prejudiced. Racist motherfuckers don't want to give us our reparations that we so deserve. Now, here's the thing. At this point, you can forget it. But even at this point, if you gave reparations out, how would you disperse them?
When you say reparations, I've had this conversation with a lot of people. I don't mean reparation as in money.
Well,
I mean, money will make everybody's life better, but you don't fix problems in the black community by taking money and giving it to the black community. What you do is you set up programs that bring in land ownership, that brings in education opportunities, universities, healthcare. You bring in all these things that are going to not only take the black community and uplift it, but improve it so that your generation of kids and their kids and your kids that you don't even know you're going to have from the offsprings that you have will have a better life.
Those organizations need to be led by the same people they're helping. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't learn from the oppressor. The oppressor can't fix you. He can only deal with you, just like you deal with things. You know what I mean? So they're not trying to fix us. They're dealing with us. You deal with a dog. You deal with a broken chair. You don't deal with people. So when you're talking about correcting and educating, well, we need to get corrected and educated from someone who looks just like us. That's my belief. I guess I'm a racist now. Huh? I guess so. But that's what I believe. But here's the thing. You can't teach me about my people if you're not my people. And you can't, because what you've taught in these schools, you know, you could take a little Spanish boy from Mexico. He's not going to learn his true Mexican heritage going to a high school in the United States. He's going to get the whitewash. And then what he's going to get is the Alamo. All right? Let's keep it real. So when I say getting educated, we have to get educated. We have to get brought back to royalty. And I'm talking about not me as a black man, but me talking about all minority, alpha, Christian males. You talking about no other shit. This is what I'm talking about. Not going to start me a movement. We're going to have to work on that, fellas. A movement for straight, alpha, Christian males. And doesn't mean you're a Christian reading about it. You're a Christian because you have a foundation and you believe in the foundation of a God. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? We need that kind of movement. I don't want nobody riding on. I don't want no women on the coattail, because if the men ain't in order, the women ain't going to get in order. See? It ain't even the women's fault that they out of order. It's the man's fault, because his ass is out of order. See? Go ahead, Russ.
But if I hear what you're saying, Sam Jane, let me throw this. I'm gonna just throw this loophole at you real quick.
Here we go.
If I hear what you're saying, now I totally understand what you said and what you meant. But what if I came back and said, "Damn, Sam Jane, you sound like a white nationalist. But you sound like a you sound like a black."
I brought them up for a reason. And I brought them up for a reason. You remember that, right? And I asked you, what is the white nationalist agenda? You gave me the agenda of poor white trash. You didn't give me the agenda of white nationalists with big money. See?
Well,
you gave me the agenda of, poor white trash we hate niggers. Yes, we do. You know, let KKK, poor white trash. They do the dirty work. White nationalists, listen to me now. They believe in separation. They believe in keeping their people with their people, and blacks should be with blacks, because they even have an agenda that if we keep mixing with black folks, we will disappear, because the gene is dominant. Even they know that. They preach that. And what they're saying is, see, this is why I say it's hard for Christians to read and believe the Bible, because God speaks of this very plan in the Bible. We'll have another day for that. And I will have a special day for that, because I will bring in some elders. Because I'm not a Christian, Russ. I know you know that by now, but I am a follower of the Bible. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. And that's who you are. And you're going to find that out real soon. All my brothers here are the same thing. But it's cool. We don't have to agree. We don't have to have the same beliefs. But when we know the truth comes together in a melting pot without empathy, which we call America, we're going to have a problem if we're from the same people and we don't have the same remedy. You understand? Because Massa ain't going to never love you, man. Massa ain't going to never love you. Remember that. He might give you some money and shut your black ass up, or your Hispanic ass up, but Massa don't love you. Let's get that understanding. You feel what I'm saying, right, Russ?
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
Hey, brother, did you have a good time tonight?
Man, anytime we get to talk, Sam, it's good.
I see you over there. You can't sit still. You gonna need you some strong drink tonight.
Man, I'm sipping on a little something, for a little throat irritation here. I hope it ain't that damn COVID.
Oh man, come on now. You staying away from people, right?
I think it's allergies up here, Sam J. So I just got a little tea with some little, I got a little liquor off me. But I got some lemon and some honey. Okay. Just to coat the throat, but I'm 100%. I'm doing the 22 push-ups, and I'm gonna get on there tonight.
I see you do your challenge. Get a little. Yeah. You might need some rest after that.
Yeah, I think I will. Shit, son, I'm 57 years old, man. That shit's killing me.
Hey, man, I hope you come back and talk with me, man, because I didn't get into some stuff I wanted to get into, because you have a long resume, and I'm gonna be digging on you. You understand that, right?
But hey, let me before you give me a moment. Like, I just want to tell you something, Sam J.
Go ahead, brother.
Like you started off, you said we was classmates, and I'm gonna tell you what impact you had on me, Sam J. And you never heard me say this, so like Jockey Mike and everybody in that, you're gonna hear this for the first time. Sam J. Back in 1985, I didn't know that you joined the Marine Corps.
Oh yeah.
And in the fall of 1985, you came back up to North Shore, and you had on your I guess they call it Charlies. You had on your khaki pants, your green pants with your long sleeve shirt and your tie. And you were looking sharp. And I don't even know if I came up. You were standing in the cafeteria, and I don't even know if I came up and spoke to you, but I walked by, and I think we might have made eye contact or whatever. Uh-huh. But as soon as you left, Sam J., I went and I talked to Master Gunny Sergeant Pringle, because I wanted to join the Marine Corps, because I seen what the Marine Corps had did to you and did for you. And then a lot of people don't know this, Sam J. I was going to join the Marine Corps because I wanted to be like Sam J. When you had came, you had the uniform on. Now, what happened? Our destinies are. We have to take a different path to get whatever. I met Sergeant Hughes, who was my recruiter, who was Army. He came over and started. But when I went down there to MEPS and I took the test for the Marine Corps.
Oh yeah.
I was actually going to join the Marine Corps because I wanted to come into the Marine Corps. I wanted to be like Sam J. I was almost afraid to talk to you, Sam, because of the transformation that you had made over the summer was unbelievable. I mean, I've seen you. We did football. We did football. We did football and we did the off-season training and everything. But the change in you was man. You look like a Marine. I said, man, I want to be like that dude. So I'm gonna tip my hat to you and tell you thank you for the influence because I joined the military. I knew I was going to join the military, but I almost joined the Marine Corps to be like Sam J. And I appreciate you for your service. I appreciate you for the show that you have. I appreciate you for the word that you speak. I appreciate you for the knowledge that you put out there. And I know you make a lot of enemies, but also I know you speak a lot of truth. So you keep doing what you're doing. I told you this about 3 or 4 years ago when I first called in your show. I said, Sam J., sometimes people get mad at the messenger, but you keep on spreading that message. You keep doing what you're doing because I think you're doing a hell of a job. And brother, I tip my hat off to you. Thank you for inviting me to your show. Like Jock and Mike and other guys in the studio, thank you for having me. And if I can ever come onto your show and be a member or panel or something, please reach out to me. I would love to. And before I go, let me give a shout out to them North Shore Mustangs, them 4-time state champion North Shore Mustangs, them 2003, them 2015, them 2018, them 2019, and hoping them 2020 North Shore Mustangs. People like Sam J. put North Shore on the map. I don't care what you say, Fred Jones, Johnny Jones, Johnny Eason. They put them on the map. And North Shore wouldn't be on the map if it wasn't for guys like this. Courtney Cravens, Dwayne Cormier, Eric Bars, and I keep on going and keep on going. There's too many of y'all to name, but I love you all. Thank you. I appreciate it, sir.
Hey, man. I love you, brother. Appreciate all that love. And I hope you had a good time. And I'm going to get you back on here because we got to do some more digging on this IRS business.
Okay, we can dig.
Okay.
We can dig.
Hey, man, I'm going to get with you, Russ. I appreciate you, brother.
Okay. Take
One
care,
love.
Sam J. Like Jockey Mike, take care, brother.
All right, brother. One love. Oh, man, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Oh, man. Once again, now, that was my man, Russ, the Honorable Russell L. Atkins, a very honorable person, and I got a lot of respect for Russ. He actually went in the military and accomplished way more than I could. I couldn't wait to get out that motherfucker. It would drive me crazy. I didn't know packing that goddamn gun was part of my job. You know what I'm saying? But I want to thank Russ for coming on, man, and having a good time with us and talking about real deals and real shit. And hopefully next week, who knows what the guest's going to be. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, Sam J, The Cave Show, SCP Radio. Just go ahead and Google that. It'll pop up. We get everywhere, man. And again, thank you guys for joining us on a Wednesday. I had to get my therapy in. And hopefully we'll be back next week with another special guest. And remember, if you want to be a guest on The Cave Show, you want to talk about some things, go ahead and DM me, man. But I don't debate on the DM. I will get ready on that. I don't do all that. Let's debate right here. Let's debate on Facebook. That's where it's fun for me. Hey, man, we see you next week. SCP Radio, it's The Cave Show every Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Like Jockey Mike and DJ Jimmy Ray has brought you the real shit.
It's a must, the songs are concrete. Like the city playgrounds where you might see spent rounds at your feet. The journey was never easy, the help hardly came. Had to fight for the respect that I got and build a name. These bars are filled with pain. Winter nights on the train with devilish thoughts and suicide on my brain. But I never took the easy route, fill it down and out. I let the fear push me and murdered all the doubt. Fake friends, they come and go, never mattered, never depended on them. Too much time thinking, I never spent it on them. I spent it planning, maneuvering and hustling. At times I felt inadequate, but roadblocks I busted on. Do you believe? Do you trust in them? Maybe at one point, but right now I gotta trust myself. Cause presently in this world there's so much hate and backbiting. This shit on your name and smell on your face.
Yo, it's a cold world, so you're forced to keep your eyes open. Watch for the venomous snakes, they strikes potent. Stand on your own, depend on yourself. Stay focused on your goal and get to the wealth. I don't trust the soul and I'll never need you. These evil streets will meet you halfway and beat you, leave you without a sequel. Gotta move cautious, no doubt. I got an arson for those trying to figure me out.
What you trust? Money, lust, or must? Unjust when cops bust black hands and cuffs. Your records don't sound better than my roughs. I adjust, you discuss, never discuss. So you constant hating, contemplating, no words for you. You ain't in the conversation. I'm in the cut, calmly waiting. The bomb on Satan, the God is yin yang in relations. I grind, hustle, struggle, been loud, subtle. Cars, flight, shuttles, no regrets or rebuttals. How to fix all your troubles, put the pieces together and make a picture like a puzzle. These dogs won't be muzzled, muffled, befuddled. When shit breaks up like a huddle, a slow grind, you can't rush to wealth. But right now, I gotta trust myself.
Yo, it's a cold world, so you're forced to keep your eyes open. Watch for the venomous snakes, they strikes potent. Stand on your own, depend on yourself. Stay focused on your goal and get to the wealth. I don't trust the soul and I'll never need you. These evil streets will meet you halfway and beat you, leave you without a sequel. Gotta move cautious, no doubt. I got an arson for those trying to figure me out.
I do myself as told as the honorable Elijah Muhammad, a rider, proponent, provider. A real man is willing to sacrifice for his fam. Devil's misleading scam. What's the silence of the lamb to a lion? Judah, lost tribe of Shabazz. I've never asked a slave master to make us free at last. I break cocoa bread with my dread, cause he bled like Dred Scott. The only good cop is a hossa. The only good coon is a tree ornament. Cause I didn't find religion to be born again. Facts, they say the truth will set you free. The hood refuse reality and medicate a slave mentality. See the church pimp salvation for a salary. Outside it's a shooting gallery. Black on black, Mickey and Mallory. Cause in God we trust, but America's God is Washington on the buck. Better trust yourself.
It's a cold world, so you're forced to keep your eyes open. Watch for the venomous snakes, they strikes potent. Stand on your own, depend on yourself. Stay focused on your goal and get to the wealth. I don't trust the soul and I'll never need you. These evil streets will meet you halfway and beat you, leave you without a sequel. Gotta move cautious, no doubt. I got an arson for those trying to figure me out. What?
This is your boy, Light Jockey Mike, and I just wanted to thank you for supporting SCP Radio. That's the end of our show, but please be sure to check us out on SpaceCadetPro.com, where you will be able to watch our videos, find and like all of our social media accounts, and chat with us. While you are there, click on the radio tab, where you will be able to see the show schedule and all of the different ways to reach us. You can also listen to us from there if you are on a PC or laptop. Thanks again, and remember, we are the future in entertainment.